Today we're going to talk about discount loans. Let's start with the definition. A loan in which the interest is paid upfront is called a discount loan. The interest that is paid upfront is called the bank discount. So here what you have to think about is that the discount is a reduction in the amount of money that you got. So instead of being a discount as like something costs less, maybe you got a discount on a car or a discount on something like a shirt you wanted to buy, this discount reduction is before you ever get the money, the bank takes its money out first. Because of that, because it's a different kind of way to take a loan, these are typically very short-term loans. This is not something you're going to do to buy a house or to buy a car unless you're an investor and you're going to flip it really quick. So in our day-to-day lives, we're not doing a lot of discount loans. So we'll take an example. This should clarify how this works. So let's say Margie wants to take out a 6-month loan. She borrows $850 from her bank with a discount loan at 8% interest. First thing that's going to happen is the bank will take out the interest of the loan before they issue her the money. So we're using the same formula, I equals PRT. So our P was 850, our R is 0.08, and our time, remember time is always in years, so we're putting 6 over 12, just so 6 months over 12 months in a year. We multiply that all together and we get $34. So that's not a lot, it's a short-term loan, not a lot of money. So what's going to happen is Margie will receive 850 minus 34, which is $816 from her bank. When she repays the amount though, she repays all $850. Of course, there's going to be a payment to the bank. The payment amount is really that $34. That's what she's giving them kind of as the fee for using the money. If she wanted to make equal monthly payments just to make life easier for her, we would take that 850 divided by 6 and get 141.67. Either way, we need to look at the fact that Margie only received $816 from the bank, but they charge interest on the amount of $850. So there is some disparity in the amount of money they say they're charging, but the percentage they say they're charging 8%. And what really is happening. So we want to keep looking at this one a little farther. So here's our farther look. In reality, this $34 she paid for the loan of $816 is a higher interest rate. So we're going to go back to I equals PRT. Our I is still 34. That's how much she's paying in interest. But the P is in actuality $816. That's how much money she got. The interest rate is what we're going to figure out, but the time stays at 6 over 12. I did a little just, let's clean up the right-hand side first. We know 6 over 12 is a half, so I multiplied a half times 816. It gave me 408. So I'm going to divide 34 by 408 to get my rate. So I put that in the calculator. It gave me 0.0833, and it would keep repeating, but we're just going to call it at the 2. So we have R equals 8.33%. So originally they were saying we're charging you 8% for the bank discount, and in actuality it's 8.33, just a little bit higher. All right, let's take a second look, make sure we really understand how this works. So let's say Ed's borrowing more money. So let's make this $1,200, again a short amount of time, 240 days from his bank. They're going to offer him a discount loan at 12.5%, which you should be thinking, ouch, that's pretty high. So we want to know A, how much money will Ed get from the bank, and then B, what was the actual interest rate for the loan? So let's start working this out. Part A, how much money will Ed get? Well, we go back to I equals PRT. We need to figure out how much is he going to pay in interest. So we look at the $1,200 that he's borrowing, the interest rate of 12.5, which we're going to write as 0.125. And remember, when we're figuring out days, we go back to 360 days in a year. So I have 240 over 360. I multiply that on my calculator, I got 100. So that says they're going to take $100 away from the loan amount before they give Ed any money. So instead of the $1,200 that he's kind of wanting, he's really going to get $1,100 because they're going to discount the loan by $100. All right. Then that leaves that question of, well, what's the actual interest rate for the loan? So one more time, we're using I equals PRT. The amount we found in part A of 100 is our interest. We remember to switch the P now and make it the amount Ed actually got from the bank, which is $1,100. We're looking for the R, and the time stayed the same, 240 over 360. So once again, I tried to pretty up the right-hand side before I tried to divide. So I multiplied 1100 by 240 over 360, and I got 73.33. Now I can divide 100 by 73.33. That 100 over 73.33 gave me 0.1364, which is 13.64%. So we can see a bigger difference this time. In our first example, it went from 8 to 8.33%. This time it went from 12.5 to really over a whole other interest point of 13.64%.